Hey there, materoes. Welcome back to another Yerba review. I got another exciting U.S. product coming at you today. Let's see how it is. All right, so today we have Yerba Mate Lab's very own La Palma. Yerba Mate Lab is out of New York, Albany, New York. US-based company. They have a fantastic social media page. You can check them out on Instagram and YouTube. They got amazing shorts and reels. That's really how I found them and reached out. Been following their stuff, reached out to them, got chatting about Yerba Mate. And they sent me some of their product for you guys to see my review on. So let's go ahead and check the packaging. First thing I notice is how large it is. It's only 500 grams, but compared to the stuff that's coming out of Argentina, this is probably double the size in comparison. Most of them are about yay big. You guys have seen me review some of those before. But the 500 gram bags, they come out nice and packed. They got those, you gotta cut the tops of them open and stuff. But this one, La Palma, is much larger. And I think that actually helps them. This is incredible. Like the design pops, the lettering, the font on here really catches your attention. Even the kind of high gloss, I don't want to say glittery, but that kind of shine that they have in here really catches your attention. I think that's really cool. They got the yerba leaf on here, Alexis paraguanesis on here, the leaves on the outside. Very kind of classical look. They've got their logo at the top, and I love this, where materoes are born. Yeah, baby. So, backside, again, I think this is kind of cool. The nutritional labels right here kind of stand out to you. They got a little bit of information on the back. So this yerba is grown in Brazil, Paraná, Brazil. Certified organic, unsmoked, and non-aged with a fine Uruguayan cut. So I'm excited to see how that plays out. Brazilian Yerba, Uruguayan cut. Again, this is organic, unsmoked, so there's no contact with fire. And then he's got a little statement down here about Yerba Mate Lab. Started as a small blog in 2017 as a way to share our love for mate. Grown into one of the most recognized yerba brands in the world. I believe that's absolutely true. You can't really miss them, whether on YouTube or Instagram. Their dedication, yeah, and this is theirs. They went out and made this. So Darren and his team, La Palma. But let's go ahead and get into this. Again, one thing I kind of like about this is the different bag structure. The traditional bags out of Argentina, Uruguay, you kind of got to cut or open the top and then make a pour spout. This one seems to have a resealable top on it, so that's really nice. You can make sure that it's nice and tight when it's closed. But let's go ahead and jump in. I'm excited. Oh, wow. That is some fresh yerba. It doesn't smell dried out. Obviously, most Brazilian ones are more fresh. You'll see them as a brighter green. You definitely notice that here, but even the smell, it's a very fresh, like after you mow the lawn. When you cut the lawn, you know those summer, fall days, you mow the lawn, that aroma that's in the air, that's the first thing I get out of this. Fresh cut grass. But a bit, yeah, that's sweet, that fresh cut. It's very earthy smell, very earthy. I like that. One thing I'm noticing as I look in here, you definitely have the Uruguayan cut, but you've got very, very fine particles, which is typical for the Brazilian yerba that they call erva. We've done a couple reviews on those, and they are super fine. They're almost like a powder. So this is mixed with that. Let me try to get some out here. You're probably not going to see the fine particles, but you can see the Uruguayan cut and the dust that's in there. All right, so one thing for sure, it's quite dusty, but that's expected with this type of cut. All right, so let's go ahead and fill this up. It smells good. I don't really know what to compare it to. A bit like Canarius, but sweeter, I would say. Much sweeter smell to it. I'm excited to see what the flavor notes are. Get our mound built here. So we'll let that sit. Because of the cut, the fine cut that it has, I want that water to sit a little bit longer. It'll push that mound or mountain down a little bit, give you a nice solid foundation there. But while we're waiting on that, let me just give you a little bit of background on Yerba Mate. I'll just read straight from the label for you guys. Yerba Mate Lab started as a small blog in 2017 as a way to share our love for mate. And today it's grown into one of the most recognized yerba mate brands in the world. As we dedicate our website and content to sharing the culture, preparation, and benefits of yerba mate to newcomers and enthusiasts alike, we're excited to finally bring you La Palma, our very own yerba mate. It's been a long time coming. So from matero to matero, I'd like to personally thank you for supporting and joining us in this project. I hope you enjoy. Darren, founder of Yerba Mate Lab. Well, Darren, we hope we can enjoy it with you. All right, bud? A little bit more on there. But one thing I didn't notice on the back that I'm just seeing now, they've got the instructions, so the traditional method of how to do it. We've gone over that before, but he's got the steps down here. He's got temperatures, times, etc. But he's also got on here strainer, French press, and teapot. So if you don't want to make it the traditional way and you're, like your tea out of a French press or such, he gives you instructions on how to do that here. The serving size, the temperature, and how to enjoy it. So, all right, I think we've got this pretty close to being settled now. Go ahead and make our mound. Get that set. Oh, I just got to show you guys. That is just lovely. The way that packs in there. That combination of that Brazilian Yerba and the Uruguayan cut, boy, that seems to make a difference so far. Hopefully that mound holds up and doesn't collapse on us, but let's give it a shot. All right, no strong aromas when you're pouring it. You can hardly smell anything, I guess, unless you get your nose into it. So that's good. If you guys don't want that smell taking up maybe your kitchen or the area that people are drinking, not a strong aroma coming off of the pour. A little bit once you get in there, but let's go ahead and give it our first taste. All right, right off the bat, it's very light. I was expecting a harder punch with this. Not exactly sure why I was expecting that. Yerbas and Brazilian ones are a lot drier, a lot lighter than that. But I was expecting a little bit more punchiness, but this is really light. Very pleasant to drink too. I think I got my water a little bit too hot for this one. I should have went a little bit cooler with it. But the flavors are kind of popping. That grassiness, that earthiness, a little bit of straw or hay. This one's got that combination feel for me. Obviously, the fresh cut grass smell kind of makes me feel like I'm out on a farm, but I also feel when I'm drinking this, like I'd feel comfortable if I was sitting around a bonfire with somebody, you know, passing this around. I get that kind of feel. It's like a cozy feel with it. I would say also this might be good for newcomers. I think the lightness, but the lightness of the earthiness would help, but I can still taste that coming through. That might put a little people off the kind of bitterness that comes with that. But I would certainly say that you could share this with newcomers as something, especially the uniqueness that comes with it. Give them that unique flavor. Another thing that shocks me, excuse me. Another thing that kind of shocks me is I thought a lot of that dust would be coming up. This third round that I've had was the first time I've had dust actually come through. So it's not, you know, the filters on the bombilla make a difference, but a lot of that powder is not getting through. I'm assuming it's getting compacted in there, and the way that you kind of brew it down in there is helping that stay compacted. But I was expecting a mouthful of powder, honestly, and I'm not getting that either. Well, this is pretty good. I would say that the yerba mate enthusiasts would probably love this. This is in that kind of mid-range, not really punchy with the flavor, but not really light. So light that you're not really getting a taste. I've reviewed some in the past like that. But this seems to be kind of right in the middle of that. Something I could probably drink almost every day. Yeah, it's got that Canarius-like flavor to it that I'm not sure if it's the yerba itself, whether Canarius is grown in Brazil and this is grown in Brazil and has that same flavor profile. But it's very close to Canarius. I would say just a bit lighter, not as punchy. But it's good. I'd say that's pretty good. Let's do a review. Let's give it a score, actually, not a review. Let's give it a score. La Palma Yerba Mate, Brazilian Yerba, Uruguayan cut, produced by Yerba Mate Lab, Darren and his team out of New York, USA. Albany, New York, actually. Yep. New York on the map. Cheers to you guys. Let's go ahead and give it a score. All right, I'd say that middle punch comboed with the grassy, earthy flavor. Again, that's something that I like. I would have to go, let's go 8.2. 8.2 on this. I think it's really good. Beginners, enthusiasts. I think enthusiasts would probably like it a little bit more than beginners. I think that earthiness might catch people off guard, especially when it's a little bit hotter water. I'll have to try this with a little bit colder temperature and see what kind of flavors pop out then. But yeah, La Palma by Yerba Mate Lab, 8.2. Let me know what you guys think. Give this a shot. Drop your comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, salud.